In addition to the comfort that the patrol rifle holster offers to the users of it by redistributing the weight of the rifle from the user's neck and shoulder to our device, and the comfort that your citizens are certainly going to appreciate when they see officers walking around with holstered rifles as opposed to slung rifles, there are several more very unique benefits that the patrol rifle holster offers that just the use of a sling does not offer. For example, when officers are using just a sling in their operations, right, the rifle does dangle, it can be adjusted and be tightened up and stuff. It can still dangle, it can still bounce off equipment. And when it bounces off equipment, the safety can be moved from safe to semi, right? That has happened in the past. It will happen again in the future, and this creates a safety hazard. That's one thing that will not happen with the patrol rifle holster. The next thing that can happen is as the gun is bouncing around, it can hit off objects. It can even be induced by the user's trigger finger. The magazine can accidentally be, the magazine release can be depressed, and the officer can actually drop a magazine while they're working. Not a good thing, right? That cannot happen with the patrol rifle holster. Finally, as officers are moving around with just a slung rifle, especially when they're in a training environment, when they're leaning over to maybe reload or whatever, sometimes we can get rifles pointing in directions where we don't want them pointing. And that is a true safety hazard if, of course, the safety has been accidentally moved from safe to fire, enters around in a chamber, and something depresses the trigger. All these things can and have happened in the past. So what if there was a way to clean all of that up? We think we've designed that for you. All right, so some of the unique things that the patrol rifle holster offers over a sling is as follows. When you're using a 30-round magazine with a patrol rifle integrated magazine pouch and a patrol rifle holster, right, it is very difficult, if not impossible, with a mil-spec gun to get into the actual safety switch to move it from safe to semi. So even though the trigger housing is exposed, right? If the rifle's unsafe, and it should always be safe whenever it's put in the patrol rifle holster, the odds of something accidentally moving the rifle from safe to semi are very, very remote. So there's built-in safety feature there. Even as we're moving around, it's not gonna accidentally go onto fire. Now, the next great very unique benefit of the patrol rifle holster is the magazine release button cannot be depressed because of that ridge that we spoke about in the previous video, right? So as hard as I push that in, I cannot pull out the magazine. And what this does is it doesn't allow me to accidentally dump a magazine as I'm working amongst the people or processing a crime scene afterwards. Whatever the case may be, I'm not going to accidentally drop a rifle. And I know that's a possibility because I've done that on at least 2 occasions in my career. So that's another thing that's really fantastic about it. Finally, especially in a training environment, because the rifle is always within my peripheral, the butt of the rifle is in a peripheral vision, it kind of gives me awareness all the time of where the muzzle is at or where it should be pointing, which is generally down. And even when I'm bending backwards or bending down, you can see it doesn't go grossly way back like it can when I'm using just a sling. So this helps me with muzzle discipline all the time. All these factors help increase the safety of the officers and your citizens alike. The final thing I want to show you is from the training perspective, right? So as an instructor, we're always trying to figure out how we can get more time to do more training. I think this might be a way. So you've called for the gun to be made clear and safe, right? Safety, magazine, bolt, boom, we're at lockback. Now, we all know that when the guns are at lockback, if anything so much as touches it, that bolt will slant forward. However, when you're at lockback and you're in a patrol rifle holster, that gun will not slide forward, creating a safety hazard. So from an efficiency standpoint on a range, this allows instructors, after they call the ceasefire, make your guns clear and safe, I can look up and down the range and I can see no magazine. And I can see in daylight conditions that the bolt is locked open to the rear, right? And then of course I can either have other instructors or other students check to make sure that there's nothing in the chamber. Obviously that's the user's responsibility as well, but it's just another way for us to squeeze out more training time and make the training environment safer. So I hope that you will see the benefits of this product. I think that it's really a good thing for the law enforcement profession. Thank you.